actually present to the Council the Local Government Chronicle Award for Entrepreneurial Council of the Year.
Well, good evening everybody. Can you hear me? I'm just going to say a few words before I hand over the award, I think, to the leader of the council. So yes, my name is Cllr. I'm the Chief Executive of the London Borough of Barking and Dagenham in East London. And I was one of 4 judges on this year's awards panel. And I think there were principally 3 reasons why Broxbourne won this award. I think the first reason was that this was a very honest, straightforward and reasonably simple presentation from the council. We saw a lot of flashing lights and wizzy ideas from some of your competitors. This was clear, it was succinct, and dare I say, numerate, which one might hope that someone applying to be Entrepreneurial Council of the Year would achieve, but many aspired to that, but didn't know the difference between turnover and profit, and I'm pleased to say that your council did. Second observation is it was great that both your leader and your chief executive came along to be part of the presentation team. It was quite clear that they sort of knew what they were talking about, again, which is not a universal trait of councils. On this occasion, they were both compelling, and what was very clear to the awarding panel was that the aspirations you have about being an entrepreneurial council don't sort of exist in a bubble kind of bolted onto the side of the council, but they're very much at the heart of what you do. And there seems to be no incongruence between your entrepreneurial ambitions and your wider social ambitions. In fact, it was very clear to the awarding panel that those things were very clearly linked. The final point I'd like to say is about your finance director, who I gather is unwell and not with us this evening. But Sandra was the 3rd member of your team, and I thought, and the rest of the panel thought, she was outstanding actually. She brought a degree of credibility, rigour, robustness to the presentation, and if you haven't realised this already, she's a real asset. So you can keep on. Without any further ado, it's my great pleasure to hand you this award. Are you going to come up? Or
I'm going to come up. Sorry.
That's absolutely fine. Exceptionally well rehearsed, as you can see.
Thank you very much.
Get ready for your face. Perfect. All right. Well done.
Can I just say a few words of thanks to Chris for coming down tonight and giving up his time. I know that you're very busy. It was a good experience coming before you and your team. I thought that we gave quite a credible account of ourselves. I could make a political joke about numbers, but I won't. But you go to a certain school of numbering. However, it was, I think, a team effort from some very good officers that we have at the council and some excellent members who work extremely hard on our enterprise. And I think this award is very much down to them and not so much me as leader of the council. When I saw the finalists, because we didn't know that we had won, there were 12 finalists. And when you look at the list that was there were a number of London boroughs, there were a number of major councils from across the country, including county councils. So when they announced the winners as little old Broxbourne, I was absolutely taken aback. It took me quite a while to get to the podium,
to the bar.
in order to receive the trophy. But Local Government Chronicle, thank you very much indeed. Chris, thank you very much indeed for coming down tonight, and everybody here.
consistently recognise Councillor Saracusa for his sartorial excellence, and he hasn't let me down tonight, so thank you for that. Many of you have made special efforts tonight as well.
It's going to be back in the morning.
The next item on the agenda is to elect the Mayor of the Borough of Broxbourne for the next municipal year. I'd like therefore to invite nominations for the new Mayor. Thank you. Councillor Brown.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I wish to nominate Councillor Mrs. Crump as the new Mayor. Carol is an experienced councillor, having sat on varied committees over 15 years of serving on the council. She has also represented the council on many outside bodies with great enthusiasm. She was a Deputy Mayor for the year 2007 to 2008 and subsequently became Mayor for the 2008 municipal year. In 2015 she was elected Deputy Mayor for the second time. Councillor Mrs. Crump was a very popular Mayor in 2008 and with her sense of humour and sense of occasion. And I'm sure that she will once again fulfil the role of Mayor of Broxbourne with dignity and dedication. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor. I was going to ask, are there any seconders, but I reserve that right myself. I'd like to second Carol for that. Thank you very much. With that, could I call upon those in favour of the motion? Thank you. That appears to be carried. May I actually be the first to congratulate Carol on her appointment and ask her to go forward to make her declaration of acceptance of office.
I, Councillor Carol Crump, having been elected to the office of Mayor for the Borough of Broxbourne for the ensuing year, declare that I take that office upon myself and will duly and faithfully fulfil the duties of that office according to the best of my judgment and ability. I undertake to be guided by the Council's Code of Conduct in the performance of my functions in that office.
Just spent the year doing that.
I'm not playing or anything.
Put them on before you move.
Congratulations.
like to thank the members of this council for the confidence they have shown in electing me as the mayor for the next municipal year. I promise I will carry out my duties to the very best of my ability. I would like to invite the council to place on record its gratitude to the retiring mayor with a vote of thanks, and I call upon Councillor Seymour.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. On behalf of the council, I'd like to move the vote of thanks to Councillor Greensmyth and his Mayoress, Leslie, who over the last 2 years have performed their duties in a diligent way. So on behalf of Broxbourne, thank you.
Is there a second of the motion? Leader?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'd like to second the motion and place on record, likewise, my sincere thanks to Martin and Leslie for the manner in which they have carried out their function as Mayor and Mayoress of the Borough. Martin has done a sterling job, despite the fact that he has to work, which is always very difficult when you become a mayor, despite the fact that he fell off his motorbike and caused some disruption to our proceedings when he decided to challenge a brick wall, and I'm afraid the brick wall won, but I'm very pleased and so pleased that Martin survived that and carried out his duties in quick time as well. He recovered very well, because for those who are not aware, it was quite a nasty motorcycle accident, and as a result of that I banned him from riding a motorcycle. But Martin, we have had some very good times. I shall miss your costumes that you put on for the bakers and sweets. I know you had this notion of cross-dressing, and of course on Boxing Day it was very apt. So well done for that, and coming into the spirit of the bakers and sweets.
It was a privacy cause.
But really, on behalf of everybody here, and I'm sure those in the public gallery, thank you very much indeed for being our mayor. Leslie, thank you very much indeed for being our mayoress, and I'm sure you will enjoy the peace and quiet for a short while. Thank you very much indeed for doing that.
I would like to take this opportunity to say a few words about Martin. Despite a very traumatic start to his first year, he, along with his wife Leslie, have fulfilled the role of mayor of the borough with dedication, humour, integrity and dignity. They have been a very popular team, and it has been a privilege to work alongside you both and be part of your team. After 4 years' service as deputy and mayor, I hope you will both enjoy a well-deserved rest from public duty. Is there any other speakers? Is there... sorry. All those in favour of the motion? That is carried. Councillor Greensmyth, if you would please come forward, I would like to make a presentation to you to mark your service as Mayor of the Borough.
Can't get it open.
thank my colleagues in the council, firstly for giving me Leslie and I the opportunity to represent as mayor, and secondly for your vote of thanks and appreciation now that the term's come to an end. It's been a great honour for me. Learned quite a lot about the council, the borough of Broxbourne and the people who live. More than just being a representative, you get invited to all corners, all depths, everywhere. And we've made an awful lot of new friends within the borough and of course from other authorities across Hertfordshire. I've enjoyed representing and do feel that we've, between us, held the Broxbourne Council in the best possible light within Hertfordshire itself. I would also like to... That's it, thank you. I knew I hadn't finished because during my year, as Mark, the leader, alluded, there was a slight contretemps with the A10, and for a few weeks I was unable to get out of the pub, the hospital bed. I have to say special thanks to some of my colleagues, the leader for filling in, leader Mark Bishop, deputy leader Tim Hutchins, Councillor Brent Perryman, who brought her experience from previous years as mayor to representing, and Lynn White, Councillor Lynn White. How can I forget you? I know that you represented on several occasions while I was away, and I'm really grateful to all of you for doing that. And the back staff, Joanne, who's always got a great smile, always done the chain up when it's been falling down. I'd like to recognise Karen, the Mayor's Secretary, who's held everything together. If I could ask you to come up. Yeah. She's been absolutely fantastic, and I've learned a lot of colloquial words which remain in the parlour. And I'd like to... You've been fantastic. Thank you very much. I'd like to recognise the role that the Deputy Mayor at the time, the current Mayor, has played in making our 2 years a success. A small sign there. This won't be the last time I get to kiss Carol on the cheek. And the one that tells me yes, you can, my wife Leslie. One other presentation to make is to a man who is such good-hearted, so much fun in the car. There's only one downside, and he supports West Ham. Yes. So I have to ask him to come forward, so I give him one last handshake. That's Barry, the mayoral driver. Barry's become a really good friend, and we've had some great times with him.
I ain't kissing you up there.
Like Karen, what we say remains in the parlour. Barry says remains in the car, and the boot as well. Thank you.
The next item is to appoint the Deputy Mayor. And I would like to propose the Deputy Mayor. I would like to propose Councillor Steve Wortley as the Deputy Mayor for the next municipal year. Steve was elected to the Council in 2015, serving Hoddesdon and Northbourne. He has been a very active member of the ruling group, serving on the Planning Committee, the Employment Panel and Broxbourne Arts Forum. Born in the Borough, he went to Turnford School and now lives with his wife Corinne and daughters Ella and Maddie in Hoddesdon. He is passionate about and an active member of the local community. I believe that he will fulfil the role with enthusiasm and dedication. I am therefore happy to propose him as Deputy Mayor. Is there a second?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I would be delighted to second the nomination and feel that Councillor Wortley would be an asset as Deputy Mayor of the Borough. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Are there any other nominations?
No other nominations, Madam Mayor.
All those in favour of the motion? That is carried.
I, Councillor Steve Wortley, having been elected to the office of Deputy Mayor for the Borough of Broxbourne for the ensuing year, declare that I take that office upon myself and will duly and faithfully fulfil the duties of that office according to the best of my judgment and ability. I undertake to be guided by the Council's Code of Conduct in the performance of my functions in that office.
Firstly, can I start by saying what a huge honour it is for my wife, Corinne, and I to be selected as Deputy Mayor and Deputy Mayoress of the Borough of Broxbourne by you, my colleagues on the Council. I've lived in the Borough all of my life, having been born in Chesney, and I'm so proud of the improvements to the Borough and the wide range of events that are taking place, and I look forward to every opportunity to help support all causes and other public functions which I very much enjoy. I have known Madam Mayor for many years, and it would be my absolute pleasure and a great honour to assist her with her civic duties as her deputy, and to promote the borough as a great place to live, work and enjoy. Since being elected as a councillor for Hoddesdon North, I'm truly touched by the encouragement and support I've had from you all, and relish the opportunity to work alongside you and also forge new friendships. I can honestly pledge that I will give it everything for this beautiful place we call our borough.
I would now like to invite the outgoing mayor to speak for the last time.
Thank you, Martin.
We all... Excuse me. We all know that Carol's a fine councillor and a friend as well. She's worthy of being the new mayor. She was, during the last 2 years, very supportive of me. She's done an admirable job. But more than that, more importantly, she's represented Broxbourne Council superbly. And I say congratulations on a great team. Thank you.
The next item is apologies. The next item is apologies for absence. Leaders, are there any apologies?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. There are 3 apologies. Councillor Cllr, Councillor Holiday and Councillor Patsy Smith.
Are there any declarations of interest, Mr. Newton?
I've not received any.
Thank you. Item 5, are the minutes of the meeting of the council held on the 25th of April 2017 agreed?
Agreed.
Are there any matters arising from those minutes? None. The next item is my announcements. I only have one announcement, and that is my announcement of my charities for this year. They are the Air Ambulance and the Alzheimer's Society. The Hearts and Essex Air Ambulance is a life-saving charity that is solely dependent on charitable donations. The aim of the charity is to save lives, reduce or prevent disability or suffering through critical illness. They deliver a first-class pre-hospital emergency medical service to the people they serve here in Hertfordshire and in Essex. It is a very valuable service which can be, in some cases, mean the difference between life and death. At present there are 2 helicopters which we share with Essex, but I understand that we in Hertfordshire are getting a brand new all dancing, all singing helicopter, our very own, in the very near future. The equipment on this vehicle alone costs a fortune, and every time one is deployed it costs around 2,700 to put it up in the air. And this happens every day, 7 days a week, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day. The Alzheimer's Society is my other charity, and Alzheimer's is said to be the 21st century's biggest killer. Dementia will affect us. I'm sure that most of you will know someone who is living with or has a relative battling with this terrible illness. The Alzheimer's Society believes passionately that life does not end when dementia begins, and they have 2 aims. Aim number 1 is finding a cure for dementia, and aim number 2 is being there to help anyone affected by dementia. They do everything they can to keep people with dementia connected to their lives and the people who matter most to them. They are also solely funded by charitable donations. This week is Dementia Week, and I would urge you all to go on to their website and become a dementia friend, as I know some of you councillors already are, as I am myself. I hope you will all support me this year in raising monies for these 2 very worthwhile causes. Thank you very much.